Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing 6 ways to boost your credit score. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. First of all, what is a credit score? Well, basically, a credit score is a number that's assigned to a particular person, and it's basically used to represent the credit worthiness of that individual based on a lot of different factors, such as credit history, payment history, types of credit, length of credit, things like that. It's important to have good credit for a lot of different reasons. These are just a few. Obviously, if you want to go and apply for a loan to buy a house, then the banks are going to check on your credit. And if depending on what type of credit you have, it's going to affect you in a positive or negative way in regards to the amount of money that they can loan you and as well as your interest rates. And the same thing can, go with your auto loans as well. When you're applying for a job, a lot of employers or most employers will do a background check or credit check on that person just to kind of see if you're basically doing what you're supposed to do in regards to your credit. And then business loans as well. If you're going to go and apply for a business loan, then obviously they're loaning you money. They want to make sure that you can pay it back and you do honor, those obligations that you have and those agreements. So that's another thing. So let's get into the ways that you can boost your credit score. So number one is to pay your bills on time. This is the single biggest factor that can affect your credit score. Okay, so basically I think of it this way: is if I have a friend named Joe that I borrow $100 from, and Joe and I agree that I have to pay that $100 back in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks comes and I don't pay him back, and 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and goes all the way to like 7 weeks later. I go to Joe and I'm like, hey Joe, after him calling me up and bugging me several times, I finally show up with the $100 and pay him back. Okay, probably gonna rub Joe, the wrong way a little bit. A couple weeks later, need some more money. I call Joe back. Hey Joe, you think I can borrow another $100? He tells me, yeah, you can borrow $100, but whenever you pay me back in a few weeks, I want $50 on top of that 100. So now he charged me some interest. So I don't like that. So I'm like, you know what? I have another friend I can call. I call Bob. Hey Bob, I need to borrow $100. Think you could help me out? And Bob says, yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. I heard you were supposed to pay Joe back in 2 weeks and it took you 7. I don't think this is going to work out. So it's the same way the banks are going to look at you too. If you're not, paying your bills on time elsewhere, then they're probably going to look at you a little funny and um, maybe not want to fool with you. Okay, so if you're ever in a bind and you can't pay your bills on time and you're 30 days or more behind, you can call your creditor and arrange a payment. Try to, work some type of deal out with them and see what type of payments that can be made. If there's anything negative on your credit report, you could always ask for it to be removed. It's never going to be a guarantee that they'll take it off once you arrange that payment, but it's worth a shot. Number two, make frequent payments. So if you can't afford the whole payment, just make something, okay? And, you know, uh, if you can make multiple payments throughout the month, that'll be fine. But make something, and these are sometimes called micro payments. But this will help with your credit utilization by just trying to get some money in as opposed to just not paying them at all and missing, your deadlines to pay. So this is another large factor that's going to affect your score is making frequent payments. Number three, higher credit limit. So this is in regards to credit cards. I'm not necessarily recommending that you go get a credit card, but if you do have them, first of all, don't go overboard and overspend with them. Make sure that you control yourself, make a budget, which if you didn't see our budget video, it's linked in the description below. You can take a look at. But basically, when your credit limit goes up and your balance stays the same, it instantly lowers your overall credit utilization, which can improve your credit. So you can actually call your card holder and ask for them to increase the limit. Just make sure that you're disciplined. Just because you have a bigger limit doesn't mean you have to go spend more money. And for myself, I actually get my credit limit increased every now and again just automatically. I hold a couple of credit cards, and one's strictly for emergencies I haven't used in years. The other one I basically sometimes will go use for gas and food, things I know that I'm going to buy anyway and I have to buy. So as soon as I get, I charge those things, I go turn right back around and pay them off. So it keeps my credit active, and it's showing that I'm, paying on time, and I'm still, doing something with my credit. And they see that, and they increase my limit. Um, they increase my limit every now and again. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I don't ever go and spend that money that they gave me extra, but I have it in case I ever need it. So dispute any errors. I would check your credit on a regular basis. I would sign up to a credit monitoring service to, to keep track of your credit. And if you don't have that yet, there'll be some links in the description below for you to go and take a look at. If there's something that's not right on your credit file, you need to dispute it, get it taken off, because that could negatively affect your credit score. And then if you see something on your credit report that is negatively affecting it, once you get it removed, then it could boost it back up. Keep your cards open. This is actually one thing that I was unaware of whenever I was, started paying off my debts. I paid a couple of credit cards off and I closed them, and then my credit went down a few points, and I was really confused. And come to find out is when you close your accounts out, your credit cards account, it could actually reduce your credit score. So that's another reason why I have those other two cards open. I didn't want to, knock all of them out and then have it, bump my score down. So you can keep them open, and if you don't need to use them, just don't use them. You can maybe keep one open for emergencies like I do, and just in case you ever run into a really big bind, you have it. But I would, again, just make sure that you're really disciplined with the credit cards. And then paying down debt. This is for sure my favorite one. Your credit utilization, or your amounts owed, will see a positive bump as you pay off your debts. Generally, it's a good idea to keep your credit utilization ratio below 30%. Paying off a credit card or line of credit can significantly improve your credit utilization, and in turn significantly raise your credit score. So if you have, several things that you're paying on right now, then once you pay one of those debts off, you'll notice that your score will bump up, a few points. And when you pay another thing off, it'll bump up some more. So paying down debt, definitely a good way to boost your score. Plus, it also increases your cash flow. Instead of paying someone else, now you can start paying yourself, or you can use that extra money and throw it towards another debt that you're already paying on to pay it down faster. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you found value in today's video, then please hit the like button. That way, the YouTube algorithm can send this out to more people and maybe help them out with this information as well. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, we will see you on the next video.